like that. Looks like Navi executing out of upper.
But
Neo
then
actually on a huge
wrecks
flank.
them. Like
Neo's
brutally
moving,
wrecks
allowing
them
them to
where
get
he almost
away.
took nothing back. I mean, the dude still has 79 health after just killing two of them, and there's a third one.
And that's a pretty amazing shot. I mean, Neo's just
I'm
the
liking
guy.
what his spray's looking like right now. It's like Edward status.
Well, that's the thing about Neo is like he's just one of those guys that always comes and plays in finals. Like he can have an average tournament for the most part, but when you bring him into the finals, like at E-Stars, he really didn't go insane until the finals. That's where he played his best games.
Well, he's also... that's something he shares with Marklov, is that they're the star players, but they're also like the best player in the whole server when it comes to the final.
Yeah.
Sometimes even if they lose. Which in my opinion is actually the most rare thing of all. Because you can even be the best player, you can even be a better player, but it's whether you can do it like in the biggest games.
Man, that's where I think Markov and Neo kind of have the edge over Forrest a little bit, where Forrest's highest level is a lot higher than both of those both those guys, I feel like, when he's playing his A game, but he can't just turn it on like Neo and Markov can in every final.
They actually seem to get even better in finals, that's the crazy thing.
Like, don't get me wrong, Forrest has turned it on in a final. He has, like, won a final for his team,
Yeah,
but
he can't like forcibly make it happen though.
Yeah.
So if it happens, great, then they win the game, but sometimes it doesn't. Or sometimes he like goes super saiyan, but like only towards the end of a map or something, so it's like too late.
Yeah. Or already after they lost a half too big or something.
Whereas the stupid thing is, sometimes you see games where Navi was in a final on train, and they're actually like under pressure and they really need this round, and Marklov's still hitting like the most insane quick scope shots and like insta fire shots as though it was like a match that didn't even really matter. Whereas anyone else with an AWP misses a couple of those just because it's the final, you know.
Lord actually making a really nice play at alley.
Edward's just standing there.
Neo's in a really awkward position. He's got to make a decision if he wants to move up. If he stays back here, he's going to get killed.
Oh, he tries to shoot the guy pop dog, but doesn't mind to. You can hear a guy just down to his right. Oh, look at this movement, dude. Just juking that guy constantly. And allowing Taz to get all those kills.
Yeah, Taz actually had a really nice flank there. Did he flank all the way to team mid? I think he might have.
I think so.
Yeah, that's the problem with going really slow outside and not pushing up like Navi did there, is you allow people, like, if you don't have someone, even if you have someone watching the ladder flank and they don't decide to go down there that round, they try to go to team mid or alley, they just destroy your whole team from behind. They're going to get like a minimum of 2 kills if they do that.
See, we said that FX needed at least 9 rounds. There's 5 rounds to play, and they only need 3 of the 5 to get to 9.
Yeah, and this is a
This
full
is still
eco.
very doable. So yeah, this is going to be 1 already.
Taz just loves the ecos at inner. I think every single time he plays train, he gets like one of those 4 or 5k rounds. That lower ramp.
I'm sure when he kills them all, he's like, woo!
But yeah, this is really, like, if Navi wants to string rounds together, they gotta start winning right now.
Lord pushing to the... Oh, someone just got dinked.
Yeah, I think Neo dinked him.
Lord, oh, the nade takes out Edward, who'd actually just killed Lord in a good spot. But someone's actually in the hell.
They're running out alley.
Big kill
Nice
by
kill by
Pasha,
Pasha.
especially since he's able to like reposition. Markov with his AWP now, just looking for a pick.
Yeah, they think Taz may be flanking, but he's not.
Ooh, that hit Starix.
A little bit more too
on
of
a
an
Zeus
aggressive
side,
play,
yeah,
I think,
yeah.
by...
This is still very winnable by Navi if they just hold.
Yeah.
It's what FX is going to do now, because I'm not sure that they know.
Oh, huge spam kill by Taz.
Oh, but then Markov just takes the straight line shot. Yeah, that was nicely played by Navi. I like the way they slowed it down once it got into like the 3-on-3.
I don't think that was the best decision by Pasha. He just pushed up the bomb train and got picked off. And then after Taz got that first kill, he just ran up. He just straight ran. Like he could have waited a little bit for Pasha. I mean, for Kevin to give him a little bit of info.
I mean, these are the two teams who are the best at doing this. Just like getting the round to trading, and so the round's less numbers, and then relying on making like the best decisions. And you could see there that Navi were making better decisions.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
usually what
playing more as a
happens
team.
when. Yeah, that's usually what happens when FX plays Navi. I mean, I can
Yeah,
definitely see.
Taz is balling right now.
Yeah. Little fake inner. I think they're gonna head back to outside. They're gonna do their 2 ladder, 1 mid, 2 alley split this round, I think. Yeah. Markloff's gonna jump out of the T mid while 2 guys execute alley and 2 ladder.
Game pending.
Yeah. I will say when game pendings happen, if it's not a computer related problem, I always just assume one of the teams just lost 2 rounds in a row or had like some type of problem where they usually like take a pause, you know, to talk about it or something. On an unrelated note, I think Face is still back on Face. You know how we say he's like really good at I guess it's live. Never mind. Looks yeah, they're going out of alley right now. Big pick by Say9 on Lord. Neo's gonna have to get himself 2 here.
He can hear someone to his left. Oh, they
Oh.
line up as well. And he almost got that second.
23 on Essendon. I mean, this is a
Cuban
winnable round,
on
but
T ramp again with the AWP. Taz
Say9's
coming
gonna.
connector.
Oh, big pick by Markloff. He just like that's the thing. What Markloff knows that these guys like to lurk around the backside of the map, so they just he just waits back there.
Well, that's the funny thing. He never... Markov, when he goes on T-side with an AWP, he always goes along those trains like halfway along and just hangs around there taking the shots. Which is actually quite clever, because if you get too close, obviously then the rifles are going to kill you easier. But then you can also like move a lot better when you're in the middle of the trains there.
Yeah. So I think FX really going to want to win out these last 2 rounds. It's really important that they don't let Navi win the half.
Pasha
Neo's-
opening from bomb train now. Markov's there. He takes down Lord.
Oh, Neo misses the shot on.
And Pasha has to get him, but he doesn't. He gets taken out by Starix.
Oh, really nice shots by Navi right now. They're just basically out-aiming them outside.
I mean, the way that FX let them take up so much ground meant that Pasha just had to be moving constantly. And ideally, if you're the AWPer there, you want to like get the jump on them and be like have your crosshair right on the corner, not have to be like swinging it right across.
Well, that's why I always thought that Essendon was one of the best alley players, because he enables Markloff to just op around the backside without having to worry about
Here they come to
killing
alley.
him.
Taz actually only had a deagle inside, so it's lucky for him that they didn't go there. Pasha having to flash backhauls. Oh, he gets dinked as the guy walks around the corner. This is a great turnaround for Navi.
Yeah.
I mean, now you really have to feel like FX is going to lose this game, because they're going to have to go completely nuts on T-side and have like a really, really good T-side.
Yeah. I think the round loss might, like, the way this half is going might actually benefit, oh, I shouldn't say would benefit FX, but I think you might see Neo opping a little bit more on T-side just because he thinks, you know, that he needs to do a little bit more. Because I noticed that when they win big, Neo doesn't really op, but when they lose a lot of rounds on CT, you'll randomly see him just pick it up for a couple rounds and just jump out of ladder trying to pick people.
I mean, this is actually a scenario where I do feel a little bit for FX, because FX played Moscow 5 yesterday, and then today they had to play Fear Factory, who, I mean, not exactly like super high level. Well, that's bullshit. The Fear Factory are a bad team in comparison to FX. Meanwhile, Navi played SK in a close game, WinFact in a close game. All of them got their skills, so they were like all on top of their game. The whole team play, etc., all revved up to full gear, and now they have to play FX, and FX just have to come in and face that. Like you can see Markov and Starix, Edward, etc., all still flowing the same way they were in those previous series.
Yeah. So this is just a really important T-pistol, like, it's not like Navi, I mean, it's not like FX is out of this game, but...
Well, that's the good thing about FX, even though they are facing a very, very daunting challenge, the best team on their best half, FX has this quality where they're almost a little bit, they're not quite as good as MTW at it, but they're like an MTW where they can just take each round at a time, regardless of their money situation, and still potentially get something from each round, like half buy one round, okay, we lose a few guns, we get some more guns next round, we just win that round. Like, they can take it one round at a time like that. It's not a mental problem for them, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's only if they really fuck up on one of those rounds that they get the problem. Like, if the other team just do well, they seem to be able to keep in there.
Yeah, Navi's really impressed me this tournament, though, because the last tournaments, I kept wondering, like, what was happening with them. Like, they were playing really sloppy. They looked really
also
out of
think
sync.
that somehow, because like FX, they sometimes go down and then figure things out and come back, I think that best of one really hurts them.
Yeah.
Like, I actually thought the team that benefited from best of one the most was actually were SK and FX, and the reason I thought FX is just because FX is so good at winning the first map of best of three usually. Meanwhile, for SK, I thought just because then all they have to do is just go nuts on one map and they can beat any team.
Yeah.
Whereas I thought Navi and MTW kind of it took away some of their advantage.
So hopefully this next staff can start pretty soon here. Yep, there we go. So let's see what they want to do. I don't think going slow versus Navi on pistols is generally the best idea. I think people, like, from what I remember, most pistol rounds people win versus Navi on T-side are rushes where they get up really close on them and they just win those.
I think that works
battles.
best for FX anyway. Like, in my opinion, they're a team that does well if they take up a lot of ground really early in the round. Then they can slow it down and play like 4v4, 3v4 if they want. But like, they need to like get into a site, etc. If they're really hesitant, that's when like it's really difficult for them versus good CTs. And it's actually going to be Markov they're going to meet if they go alley.
And yeah, actually USP picking it upper. It's a really hard shot to kill that guy on the back of that train. They over-rotated 3 people to inner already. Markov and Edward outside by themselves.
And Edward actually just spots the guy as he starts firing
Neo
from the
aims
pop dog.
Edward on the train. That's a huge pick by Neo. Neo just, yeah. Neo's really been the key for them this match. Like, even that first half. There's Neo again, gooshing that guy. Oh, huge kills. I mean, Pasha got 3 kills, but all in all, that entire round is attributed to Neo. He picked Edward on top of tower, then he picked Markov across the whole map, and then while that guy was planting to jump away, he gooshed the guy chasing the guy before he died. So...
Well, it definitely helps having the best player ever on your team.
And this is hopefully going to be a similar situation as Navi, where they can kind of get that more T-sided T-half to give us a good game.
Flashes in there, safe from Navi.
You see,
I don't
FX
know what the purpose of that smoke is, by the way.
Yeah. By the way, you know how I was saying in that other game how I thought people shouldn't nade the to the cove anymore because people don't really run down that lane as much. FX actually naded to the to the right of where people normally where people run now and hit someone to like 40 HP.